Warning: please seek professional advice before commencing any exercise program. If you feel dizzy, unwell, or any discomfort during this film, stop immediately and seek advice from a medical professional or a qualified Pilates instructor.
And welcome to Align-Pilates. My name's Christina and this is Melanie. She's going to help me today with a workout. So the first thing I'm going to do today is show you how to get onto the reformer safely. Okay, so I'll get you, Melanie, to come around the front. Today we're using the Align-Pilates commercial reformer. So sitting right at the edge for me, and you're going to take this hand all the way and place it onto the shoulder block and then roll down onto your shoulder and onto your back. So placing the feet onto the bar, so balls of the feet onto the bar. I want to first talk about how to engage the core correctly. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the pelvic floor muscles. So take a deep breath in for me, and I want you to engage the pelvic floor muscles to 100%. So take a breath in now, and as you exhale, engaging pelvic floor, and I want you to lift those belly muscles. I want you to think of your waistline just slightly becoming smaller, like you're drawing into your center. A deep breath in. Exhale, and again, think of all those steps. Think of your belly button drawing in towards the spine for me. And that's what you need in your Pilates workout. So let's apply that to our footwork. We're going to start off with footwork, and we're going to have 1 green and 2 reds. So starting off on the balls of our feet, take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, think pelvic floor, drawing up through those lower belly muscles and press away for me. Good. And then come all the way back in. And again, press it away. Imagine your waistline shrinking as you press away. And bring it in. Good. Keep going. Now, I want you to think that your heels are on a little ledge. So make sure that they're not dipping underneath the bar. Let's do 1 more. And then bring it all the way in. Now move on to your arches. So bring your feet a little bit higher up. A breath in, and away you go. Press away. So you want to really make sure that your lower back doesn't lift at all, that your shoulders are nice and wide and open. And then you can feel the length of the spine, so really trying to relax that neck and not holding any tension. What you can always do for that is lift the headrest up, coming all the way in, Melanie, and I'm just going to lift the headrest up. So lift your head, and you can adjust it that way for me. Last one, and bring it in. Let's go on to the heels. Press the toes all the way back in towards your knees, and away we go. Pressing out, lifting through the pelvic floor, through those lower belly muscles. Let's do 3 more. Press away. Good. And 2 more. Toes all the way, pointing in towards your knees. And last one. Good. And come all the way back. Let's take it down into running man. So we're going to go down onto the toes. Good. Engaging pelvic floor. And on the exhale, I want you to press away for me and stay out there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to press 1 heel under at a time, and then we're going to switch. So yes, this stretches out the calves, but what it also does is stabilizes. It teaches you how to stabilize the hips. So we want to keep the hips nice and still. And the main factor in that is the core muscles. That's what's going to keep you still through the hips. So really think of those, all of those elements working together. Let's do 4 more, Melanie. Good. Think of also the pressure through the feet. So make sure the pressure is even on both balls of the feet. Last one. Beautiful. And then come all the way in. Excellent. Now let's take it into single legs. So from here, I'm going to take the green away just to make it a little bit lighter, and we're going to bring this leg up into tabletop. So what tabletop means is the knee over the hip. For some people it may hurt a little bit or strain, so what you'll do is take it a little bit further in. Okay, so let's do this again. Take a breath in, exhale, engaging pelvic floor, and then press away for me. Good. We're just going to do 3. These springs, if they don't suit your body, if you feel they're a little bit too hard, you can just take it down to a green, just 1 green, and 1 more. scooping in, good. And then bring it all the way in, and we're going to switch over. Good, and then press away, collarbones wide, good. No strain through the neck, 2 more. And then last one, good. And then bring it in, excellent. All right, so let's try single leg circles, which is quite challenging. So what we're going to do is we're going to press all the way out again. You're going to take your right leg up towards the ceiling and straight. And from here, we're going to circle the leg around to me, out, away, and back up. Good, let's do 5 each way. So really stretching into the bar, pulling up through the powerhouse. Powerhouse is another name that we call the core. Hold it there and let's go the other way. And the reason you're using that powerhouse is to keep those hips from moving too much. Let's do 2 more, Melanie. Beautiful. Keeping this drawn down into the bed. And last one. Good. And then come all the way in, and we're going to switch legs. And press all the way out, lifting this leg nice and high. We're going to go across the body, down and around and back up. Beautiful. So what this does is really challenges your waistline. You really have to try and use this waistline, drawing it into the bed to make sure that your hips stay stable. So this is where your obliques, your waistline muscles come into it. Let's go the other way after this one. And come out and around, good. And she's working quite hard. You can see how hard she's working. It's a really intense exercise. Let's do 2 more. And then last one, beautiful. And then come all the way in. Excellent. All right, so from here we're going to do hip bridge. This is a beautiful spinal articulation exercise. Now the important thing, number 1 safety rule for the hip bridge is that you always have the headrest down. So let's take that down now. And move a little bit away from the shoulder blocks because you just need that for room. All right, so staying onto our toes, take a deep breath in for me, Melanie. Exhale, engaging your core, and you're going to slowly start to lift your hips. So you're rolling the hips back, articulating the spine, and coming all the way up. Good, hold it there, take a breath in. Think of this spot here, so your sternum, you're going to try and bring that down into the bed, and roll it all the way down. So what this does is it stretches the spine out, okay? Let's try it one more time, then we're going to add some movement with it. So rolling all the way up, beautiful. Arms are pressed down, shoulders are wide, and then roll it back down. Good. One more time, we're going to move with this one. This is going to be quite challenging. So bringing it up, engaging your glutes. We want you to really feel your glutes, not just your hamstrings. From here, push out a little, don't straighten the legs, and then bring it in, and then roll back down. Let's try that one more time. And roll it up. Beautiful. Engaging glutes. Take it out for me. Shoulders are wide. You don't want to go too high because then you start to place strain onto the neck. And then roll back down. Good. That's hard. Yeah, great. Okay, so let's learn how to put feet in straps. So, first of all, we're going to change the spring. So we're going to do 1 green spring. With your spring changes, always make sure that you place a spring on before you take the other ones off, just for safety, okay? So let's push the carriage away. And Melanie, I'll get you to grab that strap. It's just beside your ear there. Now lifting this leg up for me, you're going to place your foot inside the strap. Beautiful. Now press into it and bring it down on a diagonal. So press out for me, push, good. And then bring the other leg up and place it into the strap. Good, and now bring the legs up for me. Beautiful. So let's start off with leg circles. So we're going to turn the legs out just a little bit, and we're opening the legs probably just to the width of the reformer, not too wide. And then come down to leg circles. Yep, that's it. Beautiful. And then back up. Excellent. So opening out, coming down together, and then come back up. Things that I want you to think about. As your legs come down in the circle, I want you to make sure that you are still engaging that powerhouse, so you're still lifting. So otherwise, what will happen is your lower back will start to lift off the reformer, and that's a definite no-no. Let's do one more, and then we'll go the other way. So the benefit of this exercise, it really helps you get movement into that hip socket, okay? So it gets you to really become a little bit more flexible, and it really helps with the strength in the hips. Let's do 3 more circles, Melanie. Nice and smooth, and you want to check the circles yourself as you're lying there. Are they symmetrical? Is one going further out than the other? Last one. Let's do double leg lowers. So from here, coming all the way down, just about 45 degrees, and then back up. And then let's do that again. So depending on your body, okay, so you can go further down, but you have to make sure that that lower back doesn't lift, yeah? So let's do 3 more. You should be able to feel the length in the hamstrings in this exercise. 2 more, beautiful. And then last one, keep the tailbone down, make sure your bottom isn't lifting when you do this. Now 1 more, and I want you to come down to 45 degrees. Turn the legs out, so that means your toes are pointing apart and your heels are together, okay? So now we're going to go into frogs. So bring the heels in towards your bottom. Your knees are going to be just on the outside of the rope and no more. And then press out, beautiful. And again, bring it in. On the exhale, I want you to press out. Beautiful. And again. So, by pressing the heels together, what we're doing is engaging the inner thigh. We want strength in the entire thigh, okay? We don't ever just want to work the top of the thigh. So we try to get into the inner thigh, and hopefully, by turning the legs out, you also get into the external rotators of the hip. Let's do 1 more, Melanie. That's great. Last one. Beautiful. All right, so let me show you how to get your feet out of straps, just as important. Okay, so we're going to bend this knee for me, Melanie, and we'll take this strap out and just hold on to it for me and place this foot onto the bar. So bring your leg up for me and reach this leg onto the bar, bend this leg and take that strap out. Easy, but it takes a little bit of thinking. So what we're going to do now is place your legs up into tabletop, and your hands are going to go in the smaller straps. Okay, so you had your feet in the large straps, hands are now in the smaller straps. So the first exercise I want to do is reaching the arms up to the ceiling. Good, beautiful. Take a breath in, really relax your shoulders back into the bed, and then draw your hands down into the bed. Good. And inhale, bring it back up. And again, exhale, reach down. Inhale, back up. Keep going. I'm just going to talk you through this. A couple of things I want you to think of. When your hands come down, make sure that the wrist stays straight. You want to really reach through those fingertips. And Melanie, I'll get you to close your fingers and really reach. Beautiful. Good. As you exhale and bring the arms down, think of that lifting of the pelvic floor, lifting of those powerhouse muscles. 1 more. And then hold the arms there, turn them in towards your thighs, and we're going to do side arms. So from here, we're going to take the arms out to the sides. Good. And then all the way back in. Good. Now the work, she's going to feel the work down into the sides of her body and into the arms as well. We're just going to do 3 more. Make sure that you're feeling your shoulders away from the shoulder block. So you're sort of trying to pull the shoulders away from there so you can really activate those muscles. 1 more, sorry. There we go. Palms down to the reformer, and from here you're going to bend your elbows, bring them up, and then exhale and press. Good. So this is a tricep press down. You're going to really feel that in the back of the arms. Good. And let's do 4 more. Good. Thinking of engaging your pelvic floor. Every time you press the arms down, you should be feeling your stomach. And then bring them up, hold, and we're going to do a little curl up. Okay? So from here, lifting your head, Melanie, and then curling up as you press the arms down. Beautiful. And back down. And again. And press. Good. And let's just do 2 more. They're quite hard, quite challenging, these ones. Last one. Good. And have a quick little rest. Now we're going to add more into it. We're going to extend the leg. Take a breath in. We're going to extend 1 leg at a time. So exhale, curl and reach. Inhale, bring it back in. Other leg, alternate the legs. So I want you to make sure that you don't feel this in your lower back. If you do, what you're going to do is lift the leg up a little bit higher. So she's going to take the leg up higher if she feels in her lower back. Okay, just last two. Beautiful. And last one, keep those wrists straight. Good, excellent, good. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the side lying series. So Melanie, I'll get you to pop the straps back for me. And just turning onto your side, facing that way. Great. So bottom leg's going to stay where it is, tucked in, and the top foot is going to go onto the bar flat. So going to be parallel with the bar. So scooping through your belly, I want you to press all the way out for me. Good, and then bring it all the way in. Good. So what I want you to think about in this exercise is keeping the hips stacked, so top hip above the bottom hip. So she's not going to move, she's going to stabilize those hips. And she's really going to try and press that heel in towards the bar to make sure she gets that nice connection with the glutes. One more. Good. Come all the way in for me. And we're going to spin the toes up towards the ceiling so that she's got the heel onto the bar. And then from here, she presses all the way out again. So what I'm trying to do here is work into external rotators of the hip. So I'm working the entire hip. Okay, let's do two more for me. And last one. Good. Let's go back into that parallel position. Good. Extend the bottom leg for me underneath the bar. Good. And the bottom leg's now going to circle around for me. So little circles, Melanie, really reaching out towards that wall. So she's working on the inner thigh. Other way for me. Good. 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to lower and lift the leg for me. Good. Really bringing the inner thighs together. Remember, that's what you're trying to work on. 2 more. Good. And then last one. Beautiful. Come all the way in for me, Melanie, and we'll turn around and do the other side. All right, so making sure that the body's placed in the center of the bed. Take a breath in for me, foot is flat, scooping in through the belly and then press all the way out. Good, and let's do it on this side. So just making sure that your hips are nice and still. Remember that you're always looking in Pilates for a two-way stretch. So what you're thinking of in this exercise is really reaching that heel into the bar and pulling up through the belly button, okay? So keep that in mind for the next couple of exercises as well. So press away, pull the powerhouse in towards your rib cage. Last one, beautiful. Bring it in for me, toes up to the ceiling, press the heel down and away you go. Good. We'll do 4 more of these. Press away. Good. Keeping, you can see that her waistline stays nice and open. Good. And 2 more. Good, and on the last one, we're going to hold it out there, extend that bottom leg for me, and we're going to try those circles again. So yeah, having that foot parallel, don't forget that foot to be parallel. Thanks for that, Melanie. Other way, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and then she's going to lower and lift that leg, really working into the inner thigh of that bottom leg. Good, 4 more, and 3, good, and 2 more. Last one, beautiful. Come all the way in. And we're going to move on to the arm series. Okay, so I'll get you to sit up for me and you're going to be facing that way. So the way you sit is completely up to you. You can extend your legs straight or like Melanie, you can cross your legs. It's completely up to you. What I am going to get you to do is to change your springs. So remember our rule. We're going to put a blue on first and then take that green away. So Melanie, reach around and grab your straps. Good. So bringing your hands forward first, reach all the way out in front. These ones are called hugs. Shoulders are dropped, and then from here she's going to open the arms out to the sides and close it again. Good. So remember that we're always thinking of our core. So as she scoops in, she brings the arms in, she's going to scoop up through the core muscles. So really lifting, we want to decompress that spine. So we want to use the core muscles to do that, okay? So she closes her arms, she's going to pull in and upwards. 1 more, Melanie. Good, hold it there for me. Open the arms just slightly, palms up to the ceiling. And she's just gonna go a little bit wider than her knees. She's coming all the way down and back up. Good. And we're gonna keep it just before the hips. So just there and then forward again. Beautiful. Try and keep your chest nice and open. We want to make sure that the shoulders stay wide, that you don't crowd or hunch over. Let's do 2 more. Top of the head lengthens up towards the ceiling, always thinking of that length you're getting out of the spine. Good, and then last one. Hold it up. Good, and then you're going to circle the arms, taking them out to the sides, down and come up. Good, and out to the sides. Good, down and come up. Beautiful. Let's just do 2 more. So if you are a man doing this workout, you can go both ways. With women, we generally just go one way. It really just depends on your level of fitness. By all means, ladies can do both ways. It just is quite a hard workout. Okay, last one. And beautiful. Bring the arms down beside you and just hang them up for me. Okay, so time to get the heart rate up. So we're going to do a kneeling series. So what we're going to do first of all is put the green back on and take that blue off. So Melanie, I'll get you to kneel for me, and you're placing your hands onto the bar. Your feet are going to go up against these shoulder blocks. So from here, you're going to sit back. This is a way to get yourself in that ideal position. Sit back and then lift up just a little, and then that's it, stay there. So you're going to make sure that the shoulders are drawn back into your sides and you're lifting up through that belly button into spine, okay? So from here, her torso is going to stay here. She's just going to push the carriage back with her legs. So when you're ready, Melanie, pushing back and in. Good, and back, good, that's it, and in, good, and all the way in. So make sure that carriage comes all the way in, beautiful. What you're trying to feel is you're working the back of the legs and the bottom, okay? So they're the muscles I want you to focus on. This is not to work out the front of the thighs. So really try and it may take a little while, but that's okay. Try and keep your focus on those muscles. Let's do 4 more. Reach for 4, beautiful, good. And 3, and 2, last one, excellent. So in that series, when we move on to intermediate and advanced, you'll eventually take the knees off, but we're going to keep that to that for now, okay? So from there, we're going to stand up and do elephant. So standing up onto your feet, Melanie, beautiful. And then bring them back just slightly for me. Good. So head's going to come down and you're going to have a look at your belly button. So you're going to lift up through that powerhouse. So what this does, you can imagine, is really stretches the back out. Okay, so making sure that the shoulders are in place. Take a breath in and I want you to press the carriage back. Same as before, we're going to keep that torso still in space. It's just the legs moving in and out. Okay, and all the way in, Mel. Good. And press it back. Good, exhale, lift through the belly. Good, pressing back and exhale, lift. We've got 3 more. So she's just using this posterior chain to move the carriage and nothing else, yeah? We've got 1 more. Excellent, and stepping off for me, Melanie, excellent. Good. So let's do a standing series. We're going to do scooter, which is a great exercise for the bottom. So again, we're going to put the blue back on this time and take the green off. So Melanie, I'll get you to hold on to there and place your foot up against that shoulder block. That's it. So pulling in through the belly, shoulders connected into your sides. Okay, so with this exercise, make sure that your hips are nice and level with the ground, so they're parallel to the ground. And she's going to press the carriage back and bring it in. Good. So again, we're looking at that posterior chain. So we're looking for her to work her glutes and her hamstrings, not so much the front of her thigh. As she presses away, remember I mentioned that 2-way stretch. So I want you to think of stretching that way as you pull that waistline upwards. Let's do 2 more. Last one. So now we're going to take it into a lunge. So press back for me, Melanie, and with the floor leg, she's going to bend that knee and come down into a lunge and then bring it back up. And again, press down into that lunge and back up. So you've got 2 more, and you can see that opening up the front of that hip, which is a great exercise for flexibility. And last one, hold. We're going to pulse it here. So little pulses for 3, 2, 1, and then bring it all the way in. Good. And again, let's do 2 more. And down, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. And then last one, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way up. Great, now step off to the side for me, Melanie, and with this hand I'd like you to grab the big strap and have your stance nice and wide. You're ready to do a squat. Just before we do that, what I want you to do is just pull the arm across the body and then back. Now this is quite difficult, so if you find it's a little bit too strong, what you can do is move a little bit closer to the pulleys, to the end of your reformer. One more, Melanie. So now she's going to come into a squat. So on the next one, as you pull across, I want you to come down into that deep squat. Beautiful. And then come back up. Excellent. And again, coming down. Let's do 2 more. Great. Shoulders open, yeah? Remember not to crowd. Good. Let's do 1 more. Let's change it up a little bit. So we're going to come down and we're going to do 3 little pulses while we're down there. 1, 2, 3, and then bring it all the way up. Keep going for me. Let's do 3 more. Remember to keep your weight onto your heels, okay? So that way you're going to still work into the posterior chain. Good. And we've got last one to go. That's it. Beautiful. Excellent. Okay, let's go and do the other side. So come into your scooter position, hands onto the bar, placing your foot onto that shoulder block. Beautiful. So when you're ready, zipping up through that core, through that powerhouse, and press the carriage back and bring it in. Good. So the knee will naturally come off the bed, and that's fine. Okay, let's do about 3 more. And 2. And last one. Now she's going to take that into the lunge. So that floor leg is going to lunge down and then she comes all the way back up. She's got 5 to go. So reach down for 5. Good. Making sure the hips are nice and level. So make sure they stay parallel with the ground. Good. And 3 more. Good. 2 more. Keeping those shoulders in place, nice and long through the crown of the head. Now hold that back for me and do your 3 little pulses, Melanie. 2, 1, beautiful. You got 3 more of these and press it back, and 3, and 2, and 1. Excellent. Last 2, press back, 3, and 2, and 1, and last one. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Come all the way up, facing me this time, Melanie. So grab the big loop and come into that squat position for me. So nice and wide. Good. And so from here, we're just going to go across the body and back. Good. So just make sure that when you do bring the carriage back, that you're not rounding the shoulder. You don't want to move at all. You just want to move that arm inside of that shoulder joint. 1 more. So now we're going to take it and add the squat in. So coming down for me into that squat. Beautiful. And back up. Excellent. And we've got 3 more. Good. And up. Great. Looking really strong. 2 more. And last one. And now we add the big one, the 3 pulses. Ready? Good. And up. Good. And let's do it again. You've got 3 more. And press. And 3, 2, 1. And up. Good. Last 2. So you can see this is quite a cardio. This is very hard. Her heart rate is racing right now. Good. Beautiful, Melanie. Excellent. Thank you. Hang your strap back up. Okay, Melanie, let's do an arm series. So I'll get you to sit down facing the back of the reformer with your legs crossed over the headrest. So if this isn't ideal, this position for you, what you can always do is just cross your legs, or you can always take your legs straight on either side of the shoulder block. So you can always do it that way. Okay, so we're going to do it this way, so having the legs crossed. So grabbing hold of the little loops. Beautiful. So we're going to start off with chest expansions. So with this one, I want you to sit nice and tall, really reaching out through the crown of the head, scooping in through the belly, and then when you're ready, keeping the arms straight, Melanie, you're going to pull all the way behind you, good, and then back again. Excellent. Good. Now you're thinking of reaching the fingers down towards the floor. So that way it keeps the tension out of the neck and out of the shoulders. Okay. What we're looking for is work in this thoracic area. That's what we really want. So make sure that when the arms come forward, you don't let go of that work you've just found in that area. Okay. Let's do 2 more. Good. And then last one. Beautiful. We're going to tilt forward a little bit. We're going to work the triceps. So from here, tilting forward, keeping that length through the back of the neck. She's going to bend her elbows and then press back and then bring them all the way forward. Good. So you can see Melanie's working quite hard. She's not letting the tension of the straps go loose. Okay, so see if you can do the same thing. Let's do 4 more. So this will work the triceps, just working that whole back of the arm there. And last one, beautiful, bringing the arms forward, palms are up, and now we're going to do bicep curls. So keep the elbows high and then bring the fingertips in towards the jawline and then away. So there's a couple of different ways that you can do this. You can lower the elbows if you feel that this is a little bit too hard. Good, and 3 more. As you pull in, be mindful of your core. Don't let go. Yes, this is a bicep curl, but don't let go of your core. Excellent, Melanie. Good. Okay, so let's add a little bit of rotation. So let's put your hands right through those smaller straps and grab hold of the rope. Good. Sitting nice and tall, and this time you're going to turn towards everybody and pulling back for me. Beautiful. And then bring it back and then over to my side. So this isn't just an arm workout. What this is doing is creating a bit of rotation through the spine, which increases our flexibility. So always being mindful of our core, what I want you to think about when you're turning is just slightly turning the chest just before you begin to pull. And what that does is it works the obliques a little bit better. It takes the work not so much into the arms, but more into the core. And remember, that's our #1 aim in Pilates. Let's do 4 more. Her shoulder stays nice and down. She doesn't lift her shoulder as she rotates, as you can see. She's sitting nice and tall. Last 2, and then last one. Excellent, beautiful. I'll get you to hang the straps up, and we're going to finish off with some stretching. Great. I'll get you to turn that way and bring your legs up. So have your shin up against the shoulder blocks. Beautiful. And then this hand that's on the bar, it's going to be just in front of the shoulder. Reach this arm straight out to the side, and with a big breath in, we're going to take it all the way over. Push the carriage away and then come back to that start position. Good, and again. And as you go over, I want you to think of inhaling into the top ribs there. And the other thing I want you to think of is drawing this hip down into the bed. Beautiful. Now we're going to do a thread the needle. So going all the way over and coming down and around. Good, spiraling the rib cage and then coming back and back up. Let's do 2 more of those. And reach all the way over, spiral the rib cage. Good, and last one. Good, and reach over and under. Good, and then back up. So now we're going to place both hands onto the bar. So from here, she's going to push the carriage away again, and she's going to press her chest down towards the floor and then bring it back up. And as she comes up, she's opening her chest up. And again, press down, draw this hip down. Good, and come back up. Okay, let's do 1 more. And press it down. and come all the way back up. We're going to take it into a pigeon stretch since we're in this position. So Melanie facing the front, bring this right leg off. That's it, and move back a little bit, and then draw your chest down towards the bed and hold it there for me, taking a deep breath in. Exhale, I want you to pull up through your core muscles. Take a breath in and exhale. One more and exhale. Excellent. So from here, let's jump up for me and let's do the other side. All right. So remember, even though we are stretching, I still want you to think of your core muscles. So yes, it's all about stretching the muscles, but always be mindful of keeping your core on, even in a stretch. So press this arm out to the side and over you go, reaching over, breathing in and exhale. So let's apply that. Let's do two more. Reach over, but still think of zipping up through that belly. So really pulling that belly button in towards your spine. Reach over. Good. And come back up. Let's try that, thread the needle. So coming over, rotate down and around. Good. And then back to the start and back up. Two more. And reaching over, draw that hip down towards the ground. Good. And back up. Good. And then last one. Reach over and turn. Good. And back up. Excellent. Let's take it into the pigeon stretch. So take that left leg off the reformer for me. Excellent. And coming down with the chest. Good. Trying to keep the hips level. Good. So where you should feel this stretch is the glutes as well as the thigh. Okay, taking your breath in, you've got about two more breaths left. Exhale and pulling up through the core. And then last one. Good. Excellent. All right. Sitting back onto the reformer for me and bring your legs round and place your feet onto the platform for me. Hands onto the bar. So come really up against the edge there, that's it. So from here, she's going to push the reformer away for me, push all the way out. Good, straighten the legs and then come all the way in. So in this exercise, we're going to be stretching the hamstrings. So it's a nice stretch for the hamstrings, but I want you to make it a little bit more about a breathing exercise. So as you push away, Melanie, I want you to inhale into my hands and then exhale as you come in. And again, inhale, keeping the shoulders relaxed. And exhale, bring it in. Good. And inhale. And exhale. Let's do three more. Let's flip the breathing. Let's exhale on the way back. So I want you to exhale and really pull the belly button into your spine. And inhale, open the chest and breathe. And exhale, pull back. So really feeling that stretch. And bring it in. Let's do one more. Pull back for me. That's it. And bring it in. Beautiful. Well done. Thanks everyone for joining us on this beginner session of Align-Pilates, and we'll see you next time.